All right. Everyone's jumping on. I'd like to see some cameras. I'd like to see your faces because, one, I like to know you're alive. I appreciate Diego and Jacob starting the call off super early. These two men should be examples of what you do with your days. All day, every day, lead generating, doing things to help generate business, out there putting things on social media. Young bucks out there making y'all look bad. That's okay. New tide's coming. Nicole's done with her drives to Phoenix, I hope. That's exciting. When do you get to start doing your morning walks again? Don't know. Congratulations, Miss Sarah. She closed her first deal. Not everyone can close $1 million in real estate their first deal, but whatever.
I was explaining this to somebody else. I was like, oh my God, I just like made $1 million in like a weekend. So cool. Hey, so how do I get my check too, by the way? How do I get paid?
Mailbox.
It is? Okay. Well, yeah, I'm going to go down there this morning.
Yeah,
Thank you.
You'll get a notice if it's closed. And
okay. Approved.
They'll put it in your mailbox.
Okay.
Well, congratulations. Great job on that one, girlfriend.
Thank you.
Killed it. So she sold a house that was both residential and industrial. Pretty awesome. Pretty neat. She even beat me in an offer.
I used one of your scripts too. I meant to bring that up the last time because we were talking about it, but essentially I said something to the effect of, because it was getting really difficult. And I was just like, you're going to want this house. If you really want this house, you need to just essentially give me your best and final offer. And she was like, okay. And I just shut up after that. I stopped talking. That was it. I just stopped talking. And it was the most beautiful thing that happened.
A lot of power in the silence, isn't there? You ask a very pointed question and then shut up and listen. It's amazing what happens when you do that. People tend to just blabble, blabble, blabble. We call it word vomit. So someone else tell me about your weekends. Let me hear some goodness. Well, awesome. Nicole, you're muted. I can see your lips moving, but I can't hear you.
Oh. I did 2 open houses and I got hopefully 2 good solid leads, but we'll see. I followed up already, but obviously we'll see where it goes.
And I heard you had some company overwatching.
Oh yes, I had some new agents. Yeah, it was
awesome.
It was funny. I was like, okay, Pablo and Kyle.
Good deal. So those new agents, guys, don't forget we have a community of agents that are both brand new all the way through very experienced. Latch on, have that connection so you can get out there and join it. There's one thing, I will not have you come mentor with me directly because the people in the classes I work will not help new agents. That's why we have agent coaches that'll help you guys out. So if there's one thing is, I can walk you through every real estate situation you've ever been a part of easily. And as Robin knows, my clientele is a little different. When you got a cash investor from California that says, I don't care, spend my money. You're like, okay, well, that's different. But the biggest thing is we want you guys to go out there and find leads, find opportunities, and find some business. And it only happens when you get out of your comfort zone and go meet people. One of the best things you can possibly do is live a life of discomfort intentionally. Now, I say this is our mindset for today, is you're going to be uncomfortable in growth, but you're also going to be uncomfortable in decay. Raise your hand if you've ever gone to the gym, right? Go to the gym, start working out. The first couple of weeks just suck. I don't want to get out of bed. I don't want to go to the gym. It's cold outside. It's hot outside. I don't feel like it. I feel body conscious. I'm stressed out. I don't have time, right? All of these excuses we give ourselves. And then it becomes, well, I'm sore. My hands hurt. My back hurt. My feet hurt. My neck hurts. Everything hurts. But after a couple of weeks of working out, you start feeling good. It becomes part of your routine. And then every day you just find yourself going more and more and more. And you get excited to go. And you freaking turn into Diego that works out twice a day just because he's bored. But he's getting there. He's getting there quickly. But that's the thing is you become uncomfortable on your way to success. You become uncomfortable. Your body hurts, your legs hurt, your mind hurts, your schedule is affected by it. But you're moving towards a better thing, right? Now let's take the flip side of that. What happens if you spend all day sitting on the couch eating bonbons, eating Oreos?
You get a physique like mine.
Right? Does your back hurt, Jason?
All the time.
Do your feet hurt? Does your neck hurt? Does your brain hurt? Does your schedule hurt? Right? The same pains, right? But we're moving towards a way worse place. Now take that analogy towards real estate. Is it comfortable for you to get out of your comfort zone and go meet people? Just talk to random strangers?
No.
No. If anyone on the call says yes, it's probably Jason. But that's just his extrovertedness. But that's the thing. He's a rarity. And if you want to, he's already opened himself up. He does his call days from the office here. You're more than welcome to join him in the office back here and do calls with him all day. You can learn these things. But it's not natural. It's a forced action. It's way easier to sit on the couch because you don't have to leave the house. The forced action is getting up and going to the gym. It's way easier not to pick up your phone and call people because the natural action is just to wait for things to happen. But if you live in discomfort, why wouldn't you want to choose your discomfort? If I want to be rich, are there problems that come along with it? If I want to be poor, are there problems that come along with it? And I say want to be because you choose those. My mother, bless her soul, when you guys ever meet her, you'll see where I come from. Grew up in a tent in Phoenix, in a tent. Her mom chose to be poor. Her mom chose to make decisions that would put her family in poor. My mom chose otherwise. My mom made sure that her kids would never know that life. And she made herself uncomfortable to the max to give a different life. But it was the uncomfort she chose for her entire life that pushed her where she's at. So when I ask you every morning to join your Scripts and Tricks, turn your cameras on, have your mics off, participate, is that uncomfortable? Absolutely. But like Sarah even said a minute ago, she's used one of the scripts that she's learned on this call, and it helped her win a $500,000 deal.
That's why I show up here every single day too, even like no matter how uncomfortable it is, and no matter, it's on the days that I don't want to be here that I get the most out of it. And if I could just say, this also goes back to being selfish, which is something that I've been talking a lot about with just other people in general, like doing things for us and doing things because we know, it's the right thing, even though it's a hard thing to do. We know at the end of the day where it's going to get us. And so we've got to internally be a little selfish here so we can, put that energy out there and be rewarded in turn.
100%. And I got in a little conversation with a loved one this weekend, and the line that I have used 100 times in many arguments is the only person responsible for your happiness stares back at you in the mirror. And if you're not going to do anything for it, guess what? Nobody else is either. I can give you every scripts and role play class. I can teach you every contracts course. I can have every process class in the world, but none of them work unless what?
We work.
We work.
Exactly. You work. So I want you guys to remember these things is no matter what happens in your real estate career, no matter who you surround yourself with, no matter what environment you're in order for you to get your all and be everything you can be, you got to plug in. You got to get uncomfortable. And I'm proud to see Jacob and Diego doing things like that. They hang out with Stormy every morning. We all know Stormy is an interesting character, but he's pouring into people. This is what our company's about, is pouring into people. Agents in the market center here on the north side on River and Campbell pour into people all day, every day. And the agents that I see all the time on calls or in the office or working on deals, guess what? Those are the agents that I see on the DA lists, closing deals, getting paid. There's 400 agents in our company. You think 400 agents closed a deal last year? No, there's a lot of them that didn't because they just don't show up. I spent all weekend really thinking about that one aspect of what is one thing I can do better as a coach to help my clients out, my agents, right? And I reminded myself to get uncomfortable. So I'm trying to make things as easy as possible for new agents, as inviting as possible for existing agents, and as challenging as possible for agents that want to grow. Because if I can force you to get uncomfortable with me, with your coworkers, with your co-agents, with your friends on this call, in the offices, right there, you get uncomfortable around that and you become engaged and challenge and grow. When you're out there in the wild, nothing will get you. The more we practice, the more we participate, the more we prepare before we're ever in that situation, the better off you are in the long run.
Our brains, there's a concept called neuroplasticity. Look it up, do yourself a favor. It's the concept of being able to retrain our brain, our subconscious, because we work 90% off of our subconscious alone, which is what tells us what to do. You know how when you're driving down the road, you're going to someplace and like 20 minutes later, you're like, how did I get here? Yeah, it's because you're just subconsciously going with the flow. So if you could retrain your brain to do these things naturally every single day by showing up, by being present, by doing all these things, it's going to come second nature to you everywhere else. So it's just retraining yourself.
Neuroplasticity is one of the things that we talk about in many ways, is the mindset behind what we do. So I focus a lot on mindset for Mondays because I may be one of the only people I know that truly loves Mondays. I wake up on Monday and I'm all, hell yeah, it's Monday. Because in Monday, I've got a growth call. I've got a PC leadership call. I've got a PC group call. I've got a meeting with Jay. I've got Scrips. Like, my whole day is packed full of meetings. So there's no more me time. But for me, it's the day that I get the most out of what I do for the week, because it charges my tank to pour into everyone else all week. And I'll be honest with you, there are some times I wake up and don't know what the hell I'm going to talk about in the morning or in the afternoon or any other meetings I'm on until the first word somebody says, and it triggers that chain of thought, because it's in that moment. I have trained my brain to be that flexible. But at the same time, like Sarah's saying, I've also driven 20 miles in the wrong direction because my brain was thinking I'm going somewhere else. And I was like, wait a second, I'm going to my dad's house, not my mom's. And I challenge Sarah's 90%. I think it's more like 98% of the things that you do are from habit. Habit is your subconscious and the things you do every day. Tomorrow morning, put your pants on with your other leg first. Y'all know what I'm talking about. You put your pants on left leg first, huh? Don't you? Sarah's her right. She's fucking.
Yeah, mine's right now that I think about it. Yep.
She likes ASU. Just saying. But try it out. Take another drive to work. If you're always going downriver, take Ina and cut across. Do something different. Force yourself to be uncomfortable. It may not feel like uncomfort because it's like, whatever, it's a simple change, but it's forcing your body out of normality. It's forcing your brain to become open to new ideas. And then watch what happens all day. If someone asks a question you typically don't respond first, throw it out there. Be bold. If someone comes to mind and you're like, I haven't talked to them in a while, don't even think about it. Pick up the phone and call them. Do the uncomfortable thing. And I use the word uncomfortable because it may not feel uncomfortable. It may not be that big of a deal, but it's a subconscious shift into opening up your brains to do something more. And it all starts with how you run your day in the morning. What mindset you chose this morning. So if you're an affirmations type of person, what kind of affirmations do you run with? I know Jason is. He used to send them to me every day, and I loved that. We choose the day we're going to have. And I'm going to leave it on this point. We're going to jump into our scripts for the last couple minutes, the last 15 or so. Is that no matter what happens to you in the day, if you're able to control it or not, you can always control one thing. And what is that?
How you react to it.
Thank you, Nicole. Perfectly said. It's how you react to it. No matter what happens in your life, no matter what happens in your day, nothing is more important than your ability to understand how you react to it affects how it is going to play out long term. So
you have to become an active person, not a reactive person.
This is true.
Yes.
This is true. This is where.
And the offense, not the defense.
Defense will keep the game from getting beat up. Offense is usually the one that scores the points. Usually. Unless they're the Broncos, then they're fucking terrible. But I digress. All right, I'm going to jump in. Anyone have a script or something you had trouble with this weekend that you needed some help fortifying, or you want to jump into it? Jump. I got to jump. All right. This morning, I've been challenged with this when we talked about it a lot. It's the use of Open Door. And I've seen Open Door had a lot more houses on the market lately. Anyone else seeing that? Right? There's one in my neighborhood around the street. Like, I've door knocked and talked to this guy 100 times, didn't say anything about selling his house. And then all of a sudden it's being sold by Open Door. Things change drastically quickly. How can we overcome somebody thinking they want to sell their house to Open Door, to Zillow, to Redfin, to any of those iBuyers? What options do you have for them?
Are you looking just to get rid of it quick, or do you want to net the most profit?
Okay. How can we simplify that and make it a more powerful question?
Do you have the time?
Okay. Still a yes or no. Jason, you were saying something?
What about selling it for less interests you?
There you go. It's find out. What is it about selling it to blank that's got you intrigued? Help me understand your thought process behind selling it to Open Door, to iBuyer.com, right? Is it always about the money?
No.
No. I want you guys to always remember that it's not always about the money. There might be a smoke screen about money, quick money, fast money, easy money, but the root of the thing is time, ease. America is addicted to the easy button, right? We've all seen the weight loss pills, the ab machine that gives you rock hard 6-pack abs from sitting on the couch, right? Drink this tea and lose 30 pounds. You know what they call that? An easy button. Wow, that was easy. Easy money for the people selling those products. So people look for the easy button. Okay. Tell me about your experience with selling homes.
That was easy.
I love it, Dick. Thank you. So then ask them, tell me your experience in the past. What experiences have you had selling houses before?
I don't want people traipsing through my homes because I'm still here.
Okay, Miss Robin, that's a great point. Tell me more. Muted.
Sorry. I just don't want all these people walking through my house. I have, I have all this stuff that I haven't figured out what to do with. And, I really need to sell it kind of quick. But at the same time, I'm not ready to get rid of my stuff. And I'm afraid people will walk through and either, make rude comments about it and I just don't want to hear it.
Understood. Do you plan on being there during every showing?
Well, I didn't know if I could or not. Can I?
Well, typically the sellers aren't around. We like the space there. That's why they're accompanied by a licensed agent. That way that there's somebody there as oversight while others are in your home. What has you want to sell your house?
It's just time to move.
Okay. Where are you going to move to?
Texas.
Texas. That's awesome. What part of Texas?
Tiniest town I can find.
Okay. I think I got a friend in that area. Do you have an agent to help you buy a house out there yet?
No, I have friends there.
Okay, perfect. Well, I'll get you one of my friends too, so you could also have some guidance out on that end as well. How quickly did you want to move to Texas?
It'll be about 4 weeks.
Okay, so you want to move out there quickly?
Yes.
So if we can get your house sold quickly for more money and without the hassle of having a ton of people trucking through your house, you can see why hiring an agent like me would be beneficial, right?
Well, no, I still have to clean up after everybody.
Oh,
I'm
no,
tired
man.
of cleaning. I want something smaller. I don't want to have to clean up after everybody once they've all tramped through my house.
What I say is let's list the house with us. Let's get it sold. We'll do an open house one day. We'll just have people come through. We'll set up the showings for just that one day. Allow anyone to come through the house at that time. You can go out and have a beautiful lunch. Go spend some time with some friends. My agents and I will be there to make sure the house is taken care of. We'll even tidy up before we go, and then we'll take all the offers and we'll get it under contract and get you guys sold that week. That way you're in your Texas domain sooner than later, get more money, less people through your house, and you don't have to handle any of it. My team will do that for you.
Fine.
Whatever.
Whatever.
It sounds like working with us is going to be a win-win situation for you. Would you like us to sell your home for you?
Yes, please.
All right, sign right here. So it's not always the money. Let me ask you this. I'm going to ask you very bold. As an agent, do you feel like you are responsible for cleaning up after people that walk through a house? A lot of had people not moving their heads at all. You're like, I don't know.
I
No.
do.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, whenever I hold an open house, I always clean up and I clean up as though I were living there. It just is, nothing should change. It should, the sellers should walk back into their house as though nothing changed.
Leave it better than you find it, period. Including people, houses, domiciles, anything. One thing I'll even tell them is I ask them straight up, say, hey, do you mind if I use some of your cleaning supplies before we shut down? Would you mind showing me where they're at? And I've gone through open houses and I've sat there all friggin' day and didn't have a single person come in. And I've wiped down banisters, I've wiped off counters, I've put dishes away, I put them in the dishwasher, got them out of the sink, because some sellers are just slobs. I don't like shit on my counters. I don't like stuff in the sink. I don't like laundry set. Now I don't. I like things cleaned and cleared. Heather's completely opposite. Love her to death. They're just different opposites. So I live in that constant chaos. I love it. But some people live like that all the time. And when you're selling a house, they no longer live there. It's about just keeping it maintained. And that could be one of the big stresses that people don't want to sell their house to the normal public because they don't want to go through the hassle of taking up the house, making it clean, having people come through their home. It's a very private thing. Is it always monetary? No. So right there, we can overcome that by giving more as an agent than the next guy. Anybody can do the 3 Ps. They can put it in the MLS, they can put a sign in the yard, they can pray they get an offer. Any agent can. It's on us to do a little bit more and take care of them. You are their fiduciary, which means that everything is for their best interests. Miss Robin, I completely understand you don't want people trumping through your house. And to make that easy, I think we should narrow down the times people can view your home to just a couple of set open house times where we'll have people there on site monitoring your home and then making sure it gets cleaned up afterwards before you ever come back so that nothing changes. We don't want to put you out any more than possible. Unfortunately, part of this process is showing your home. And it sounds like that would be a hassle for you. And being that Open Door is offering you $20,000 or $30,000 less than market, would you be willing to let the market pay for that discomfort for a couple of days? Netting you possibly $15,000, $25,000 more when you sell your house? Well, it sounds like working with an agent like myself would be a good idea. You can see that, right?
Hey, Dave.
Saying like you could make, that much money just in one day. You're making that much money in one day. That's awesome. I love that. Thank you.
It's all setting it up. And this is how you set it up. And there's a company out there, they call it the Sell It in 72. And the program process was get all the motivation, all the excitement, all the marketing possible. The whole coming soon in the MLS happened because of a company like this. Getting everything in the system, no showings until open house on Saturday at noon. And then you'll have like from Thursday, Friday, and then Saturday morning, marketing, pushing, driving, and getting excited, calling the neighbors, door knocking, doing all kinds of things so that you have that engagement, like driving as much traffic as possible. Then all of a sudden at noon on Saturday, there's 15 people waiting. Or like Letha told us last week, there was like 40 cars waiting to do an open house. So if you've got 40 cars sitting outside of a house going to an open house, do you think the buyers in that situation think that, nah, I got time to wait? Or is it one of those like, I better eat or I'm going to starve? Creating that urgency, creating that scarcity drives up value. Do you want Neiman Marcus, those stores like that, Gucci, Louis Vuitton, they're all small stores, small footprint? Because it makes them look busy.
Hey,
There's
Dan.
not a lot of people in there.
Dan, I noticed something this weekend. I'm seeing more and more homes on Zillow not having a Zestimate. And of course, their ad is in there for their iBuyer business. And it makes a lot of sense. If you're trying to sell the iBuyer concept to people through, say, Zillow, why in the world would you want to give a Zestimate that shows a tremendous difference between what they're going to offer you for the purchase of the house? And so I used that in a just to discuss it with a client of mine over the weekend as far as a listing, and made a lot of sense to him. And I said, do you want to lose 25-30% of the value of your home just for convenience when you really don't need to rush into it? And he said, no, you're right. But Zillow themselves have given us a little talking point that I think we should look at a little more carefully.
Dick's 100% right. When somebody's not telling you the answer to something, what's going on? Right? If they're not telling you what they're going to sell the house for, or what they're going to buy the house for, or what they value the house for, you think they're proud of it, they're hiding it, something's up. Something's changed. And Zillow's Zestimates are no longer Zestimates. Those are cash offers from Zillow. Again, Zillow's an iBuyer. Zillow is nothing more than a group of investors buying houses that they intend to resell for what?
A profit.
Profit. How do you get profit? We're going to do business 101. What is profit?
Anything above expenses.
Okay, right? Make it easy. I'm going to sell it for more than I paid for it. Right? Stormy, I'd like to buy your car. What'd you pay for it?
$5,000.
I'm going to buy it for $2,000. I'm going to resell it to my neighbor for $3,500. Are you okay with that?
No.
Why not?
Well, because I want to make that $3,500.
Okay, right? Stormy's not dumb. I'm sorry, but for some reason, there are consumers out there that have that exact conversation in regards to houses. And they go, okay, you're going to buy it for me for $200,000 and sell it next weekend to Dave down the street for $250,000. Okay.
Well, and when you get in the conversation with people, clients about the iBuyer concept, say, who really is the targeted audience is that? It's when someone passes away and the kids inherit the house and they're from another state, another city, and all they want to do is cash out and get out of it without doing any repairs. They want all the money they can get out because the house is all paid for. Now, do you fall in that category? Your kids, are you going to die tomorrow? Your kids want your money? No, you want the money. I mean, it's a simple, Now, and what is good, because Keller Williams has their Keller offers, and I'm one of the agents who opted to become a certified Keller offers agent. I can give you the best of both worlds, but I don't want to steal your money. And if you want someone else to steal your money, go ahead. But I'd rather give you the option, the best of both worlds. If I can't sell your house in a certain period of time and get you a lot more money, well then, yeah, I'll give you the same price pretty much that most of the iBuyers will.
Right. So that was my last point before we close off, is we do have our own iBuyers. Keller offers will buy houses just like that. So we're going to work on that when it comes to the listing presentations. You got 3 options. 1, we've got cash investors that'll buy your house up below market value because they intend to reflip it. 2, we have the opportunity to sell through an iBuyer similar to those other programs. Or 3, we can go open market and realize the highest net proceeds possible for you.
Is there a special credentials or requirements to become one of those Kelly offers?
Yeah, go to connect.com, look for Keller offers, and then become one of their agents, go through their training course. It's like $299 class or something like that.
Yeah.
Worth it.
That's
Definitely
good.
worth it when you can give those options for sure.
Yeah. I'm still waiting for my COVID shot. I mean, you might wait a while before you get your Keller offers thing though too. I don't know. We had to wait a long time before they actually processed everybody. Is it a lot faster now?
Oh yeah.
Okay, good.
So, I was one of the first rounds of Keller offers, so I was there when they first started the program, and it has evolved a lot since then. So it first came out last part of 2019. So
Yeah. You know, and
good stuff.
Remember here locally, you know, we buy ugly houses. That's an I offer. And you say, you see those signs out there tacked onto the telephone poles, we buy ugly houses. That's an iBuyer company.
Right.
And
it's just communicating to the public and educating them that even though their house may need some work, we can sell it. For some reason, HGTV has only ever shown us beautiful houses that sell for the millions and millions of dollars. So everyone thinks their house has to be perfect. There is a seat for every ass, guys. Just saying.
Did
You guys
anybody
have yourselves a wonderful Monday. What'd you need, Dick?
I was gonna say, did anybody see the little news article? Some realtor in Florida posted a video saying this is the ugliest house. She's listing it, the ugliest house, and she went through everything bad about the house in this little video and posted it, and the thing has gone viral.
And it's probably bringing in a ton of offers.
Yeah.
Because every investor out there is just going, "Oh, we can make a profit."
Do you know that's kind of a trending thing? People want to see the imperfect side with it, COVID and everything. People want to see more raw and real. So that doesn't surprise me at all. Good for her. It's genius.
Show me who I am, show me what I'm working with, and show me what I'm getting into. Don't paint me the prettiest picture. One of the best salespeople I've ever known, I've talked about him before. He was a previous divorce lawyer that went and sell cabinets and appliances. And the cabinet jobs, he would talk about the absolute worst possible situations, the most bastardized of deals. Everything just went wrong. And this gentleman had the best repeat and referral business you could ever think of, because he told everyone the mud. He told everyone the behind the scenes. He told everyone what to expect. He painted a nightmare and he delivered a dream. But he let them know everything possible that could happen. He didn't get them going, no, don't worry, nothing's going to go wrong. It's going to be perfect. We're going to close on time, everything. No, he's all, it's going to suck. The appraisal's going to suck. The inspection's going to suck. The other agent's going to suck. We're going to close. We possibly going to close late. That's going to suck. You guys are going to get frustrated. The moving truck's going to get like everything, right? If it could go wrong, he talked about it, but he told him here's, if this happens, this is what we do. If this happens, this is what we do. If this happens, this is what we do. He showed them the behind the scenes. He let them know. He informed them on what happens next. As long as you're able to communicate what could, what will, and what if, life will be a lot easier for you. Because if they feel like you are smart enough to understand the process, the potentials, and then the pivots. Okay, this happened, we're going to go here. This happened, we're going to go here. Any of you guys call me when you have a burning hot issue, right? How do I respond? Okay, let's try this. Nothing's an emergency if you have multiple opportunities. So, happy Monday, my friends. Go out there, be great, change somebody's life. If you need something, I'll be on the 8:45 questions and answers call briefly. I got to jump on the staff meeting as well. So, love you all. Be well.